So welcome to How to Breathe Part 1. This first part is an introduction so that you can better understand how you breathe. Okay, the first thing to note is that you breathe because your brain senses carbon dioxide. That's really important. The blood passes through sensors and the brain monitors the amount of carbon dioxide that you have in your system. So the primary motivation to breathe is for the body to exhale and get rid of carbon dioxide. That's a really important thing to understand. Once you've breathed out, the lungs are smaller and the body then expands the lungs by using the muscles around the rib cage. They're called intercostal muscles, and the diaphragm, which is a big wall of muscle, like a sheet, between your thoracic cavity in the chest and the abdominal cavity. Once you've breathed out, the lungs are smaller. The muscles then increase the size of the lungs by expanding the rib cage outwards and downwards into the abdominal cavity. And as the pressure changes within the chest, within the thoracic cavity, air moves in. This happens completely passively. And it happens because nature abhors a vacuum. So you don't even have to think about it. So the lungs fill completely passively. So the last thing you need to understand is this diaphragm, this wall of muscle underneath the lungs, between the lungs and the abdomen, is absolutely vital. When you exhale, the diaphragm moves up, pushing up into the lungs, making them smaller, causing the air to leave the lungs. When you inhale, the diaphragm expands and it drops into the abdominal cavity, causing this change in pressure, causing the air to rush in. So I've done some very, very simple diagrams so that you can better picture this in your head. So this is what the exhale looks like. The walls of the lungs contracting and the diaphragm pressing upwards, pressing the air out of your lungs so that you can help excrete CO2. And when you inhale, the walls of the lungs move outwards and the diaphragm moves downwards, causing the lungs to expand and air to move in. That's it. That's how the lungs work.